That's an elective podcast secret because they don't know it on our podcast. I photoshopped it. Yeah, people think that's for real. Like,
you heard
really
it here first, folks.
Heard it here first. You're getting exclusive content.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're live.
All right.
We're live in here.
All right. It's real now, fellas.
All right.
It's real now.
Right,
It's your first time being a guest, right?
Yep, first time being a guest.
Feels good.
The lights
nice.
is what's doing it for me right here. This is
The
professional.
ambiance.
Professional.
The vibes are right.
The
Yeah, there you
vibes
go.
are right.
If you
Yes,
will.
sir. If you will. If you don't mind.
So welcome to the Electives podcast. We have the Always Vibin podcast hosts.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourselves real quick.
Go ahead, man.
What's up, y'all? Eric, a.k.a. DJ Vestas, on the Always Vibe podcast.
Jason, a.k.a. Mr. Cabernet, formerly Mr. Mimosa, but I'm a little older now. I'm
New
a little
year, new
wiser.
him.
New year, new me. So,
Okay.
Mr. Cabernet.
Transforming yourself,
Yes,
baby.
exactly.
We lo-
Growth.
We love it.
Yes,
Evolving.
Mhm.
Dope, man.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah,
We
thanks for having
appreciate
us,
it,
guys. This
man.
is nice. I like
Thank you
this.
for being on. Thank you for being
Yeah,
on.
yeah, definitely, guys. Because I was super excited to get this one going. Because for the viewers who don't know, me and Jason and I know each other from before. So
Way back.
he's actually the inspiration for the Electives podcast. Because he started his first, and then I was like, man, I should probably be doing that too. Because I've always wanted to do it, but
Yeah,
then
right.
you just got to jump off the ledge.
You do,
Yeah,
man.
no.
Jason jumped first, and I
Yeah.
watched him. He was swimming away, and I was like, "Wait for me, man!" So then I had to jump
Hey,
in.
easier
there.
said
Yeah.
than done, though, right?
Yeah, easier said than done. That's for sure.
Right.
That's for sure.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
it's a
So
lot of
that's where we go back. But how do you guys know each other?
We went to school together, so we
Good
actually
old
did undergrad.
WIU.
Western Illinois University. We did
Western.
our
Okay.
undergrad together. Had
Hey,
nice.
I'm in there too. Western
Oh,
alumni,
yes,
baby.
sir.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Leather necks.
Nice.
Still got it right
Neck
here.
up.
here?
Neck up.
Got the Ritz in your back pocket?
Still got it, baby.
That's what's up, man.
Still got it.
But yeah, we were fraternity brothers. Lived in I had the pleasure, unfortunate pleasure. to live with-
It was at the beginning. My
Yeah.
guy didn't really like me at the
I
beginning.
didn't really like Jason.
You
were
guys,
like-
you guys are beefing in the beginning.
hard
Yeah,
beefing.
yeah.
Like,
Hard.
he couldn't stand me. I couldn't stand him. Like, we would always get in a fight.
We didn't see. We weren't neck and neck.
No,
if you will.
exactly.
You guys weren't brothers yet.
No, we weren't brothers,
no,
yeah.
no. But then, we just stayed close. I mean, obviously, because we're brothers, but we stayed close throughout that, and that was like what? Now we're coming on 10 years now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
little while.
Damn,
it's
that's a
been
long
minute.
time,
Yeah.
man.
It goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so quick,
quick.
man.
10 years like that.
Yeah.
10 years is quick.
No, college flew by.
Oh yeah, it's
Mhm.
too
What
fast.
did they say? Like, if a friendship lasts over like 3 years or something like that, then it's gonna last a lifetime.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Ooh.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You made it, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we
you.
made it. We made it.
Thanks for being a part of
We're-
this
we're-
fortunate life.
I see the finish line, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
and that's funny because we're cousins,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
Which I
So-
think's dope. I didn't
yeah.
even think you guys.
Yeah.
I thought you guys
No.
were just friends.
Because like I mean, we don't look like cousins,
Right.
from the outside, but
Yeah.
when you see both of our moms, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can see,
Uh-huh.
I
You
can
can
kind of
see
see it,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
and it's kind of like, although we're cousins, we weren't always like the closest growing up. We always talked and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then we were the same. Like we would try to do something together, and then it wouldn't pan out because he was doing something or I was doing something, and it was
Yep.
finally like here we are 10 years later.
Yeah.
We were talking about it in one of the episodes,
Yeah,
and now we're doing this.
yeah,
This is dope.
Do you guys think that you guys are getting closer now that this is happening?
Yeah,
yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
same.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I jokingly, like, his daughter came up to me. What was it last? It was sometime
few
last
weeks ago.
week. Yeah,
Few weeks ago.
Yeah, and she goes, "You here again?"
Don't you got your own house?
and I literally said to her, like, Leah, look, I understand. Like, I've seen you more in the last like month than I've seen you
Yeah.
your entire life.
Yeah.
You know.
So prior to
but
you guys starting the
Uh-huh,
podcast,
uh-huh.
you guys weren't as close. Like you guys, it'd be rare when you guys would see each other. Or how'd that work?
yeah, because I mean, well, also too. So I mean, I'm like, I have a girlfriend and I'm in a relationship now, but for a while there, I was single. So and he's been married, he's had kids, and over the years, like, I just we
Different
wouldn't, yeah,
lifestyles.
different lifestyles, really. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
but where we also came together was always basketball.
yeah.
So like we would play open gym,
Dope.
we would
Right.
play in leagues together.
Yeah.
And I think, well, when did we start playing in leagues? About 3 years,
yeah,
4
3
years
years
ago.
3 years
Was
ago,
it before
probably.
COVID or after COVID?
It was right. It was right before COVID. Then COVID hit, and
Okay.
remember they like canceled the season, and
Yeah.
they brought COVID back.
Yeah.
They brought the season back during COVID.
Yep.
Whoever wanted to play.
Yeah.
Whoever
but-
wanted to get crossed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
we,
you guys hoop?
No,
No, no,
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, man. I was just wondering. I was
He was
gonna
about to
say.
say we can go outside.
Yeah,
No,
definitely
definitely not. I asked because Jason and I, we weren't even that like we were close after college, but we weren't as close as we are now.
We'd see like at events, or we'd be texting, but now that we've been seeing each other weekly for like the last 6 months, you know, we've been getting closer. And
that's how it's been for us.
One of these little tears coming down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we want a box sometimes. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I think that's normal. I think that's normal, bro.
Honestly,
man.
You know, we haven't wanted a box yet, but Malcolm got that reach on me, so I don't know.
Yeah. As long as I stay on the outside, I got him, man. But if I let him get on the inside,
I'm
and get me in the
Tank
corners,
Davis
man.
if I'm in the inside, baby.
Podcast. I will say before we actually like dive into it, I really like the setup. It's very professional. You know,
I appreciate it, man.
It's
I appreciate
really
it.
This guy right here, man. I mean,
you know, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna have to throw some credit out to the wife too, cause she helped she put the little moon back there with the plant.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about plants.
Yeah,
you know,
no, dude.
I
see we see the content and we see like it's like very like elegant and it's dope, man. Like it's very like homey, like cozy.
I appreciate it, man.
Comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man, because you guys been doing it for a little while. So feedback from you guys is huge.
For sure. Yeah.
It's huge for them.
Yeah, this is only the beginning for all of us here.
Yeah.
True.
This is just a stepping stone.
Very true.
Stepping stone.
Very true.
We're working, baby.
Yeah,
we're working.
Well, I'd say about like a year from now. You know, maybe not a year. Let's say, because I mean, you guys started when you said
end of August.
End of August. So it hasn't even been a full year yet.
Yeah.
But I know with us just starting, it's only been month?
Yeah, barely.
Month and a half.
Month and a half.
But if we give it 5 years of hard work.
Oh man, anything's possible.
Anything
for sure,
yes, sir.
Just to see where it'll be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those free margaritas on the beach.
Please.
Yes.
The podcast is going to sponsor the margaritas.
There you go.
Sponsored by the Always Vibin LLC, baby.
There you go.
And the electives.
And
the electives, baby. We're gonna have one big event.
One big one.
Yeah, we should.
That'd be cool.
You gotta put in the work.
Hey,
that'd be solid.
If you want to go shopping without looking at the price tag, you gotta be able to work without looking at the clock, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh man, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Hey, so to dive right into it, what is the Always Vibin' podcast?
The Always Vibin' podcast, I would say it's a little more on the lighter side, not too heavy. There are some serious moments, but me and Eric, we're very easygoing people. We got very dry humor, and that is our podcast. It's easygoing, dry humor. We're cool to poke fun at ourselves. I feel like what you see is what you get. Like, you know, that's us. And so that's the Always Vibin' podcast. Light, humorous, and, you know.
Yeah. We consider ourselves.
Shits and gigs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can we cuss on here?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Oh,
Do whatever you want, baby.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
Hey, we got no sponsorships.
Nope.
We don't answer nobody.
No, sir. No, sir.
We're like
independent.
We're like Floyd Mayweather out here. We are the boss.
We are the boss. Well, let me take my shoes off. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine.
Right?
Get out.
Put them shits back on. Yeah, well, we're definitely more like, we'd like to consider ourselves like more of a funny podcast. Like, we don't really dive into, as he mentioned, we don't really dive into like real world things. We do, but we try to keep it vibey, you know, very like, light at the forefront of it, not like really diving into it. Getting people's opinions. We're really like open to feedback. We like getting people in the podcast, hearing opinions, making it fun, you know.
You guys are definitely funny, man.
Yeah, you guys are.
Thank you.
I checked out the El Toxico episode.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. The guest you guys had on
the
too.
Guy Emilio, the retired Toxico.
Well, it's funny because like you watch him from the beginning, right? He's no drinks in. At least that I know of. I think maybe he had like and then all of a sudden, man, as the drinks keep going, he just noticed him start turning it up little by little, man.
Comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. He did. But at the same time, that also is a testament to the kind of platform that you guys have, where you can make somebody feel that comfortable, right? And they can come on and feel like, hey, man, I can just come on here and have fun, because that's what you guys are about.
That's
dope, man.
That's dope. Sure. And how did the idea come about? Like the Always Vibin', how this whole idea come together.
That was all Eric. For the longest time, he would be hitting me up. He's like, "Hey man, let's start a podcast." But he's a sarcastic guy. Yeah, well, so we both are. So I'd be like, "Yeah, bro, hit me up whenever." And that happened.
But I was actually serious about it.
That happened for like 6 months.
For the first time in his life, he was like, "I'm serious, man."
I'm serious. All up until like one time he hit me up, same thing. You're like, hey, when are we gonna do this podcast? Whenever you want, bro, hit me up. Then the next day he hit me up. He's like, so when can we meet up to discuss this? And I was like, oh shit, he's real.
He's for real.
And then so Eric was definitely the driving force for the podcast, and I'm just along for the ride.
Nice.
But he came in correct. We had a business
Dude,
meeting.
that was funny. We had
Meeting.
breakfast. Mind you, I felt like Jason was serious, but I think he just needed me to take initiative on it. Like he just needed that ignition, just to start. And so I was like, all right, cool. If we really want this to be a thing, we need a driving factor, right? So I'm like, all right, well, let's have breakfast. Let's take it serious. I come and where would we go eat? Well,
Bells, Southern Bells?
some breakfast spot. It's
Blueberry Hill Cafe.
Yeah. So
Good?
good.
Good?
Oh, good.
Five
Yeah.
stars.
So I get
Five
there
stars.
and
You were in a 3-piece suit?
No. I was in like I'm like jeans, boots,
okay,
like
okay.
little
Still
polo.
looking nice.
in.
Yeah,
looked pretty good.
Looking nice.
Jason walks in like 15 minutes late with pajamas on. And I'm like, yeah.
I
had
thought it was-
I had my laptop with like the notes of like all the things we'd need, potential name, like how much equipment we would need, like what And there's not a right or wrong in terms of like setups or like what you need. It was like what do we want for a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
So. He came in and I was just like, damn, he's not. In my mind, I was like, I don't think he's that serious about it.
I mean, I had things on my phone, but I did not know that we were going that hard.
Yeah.
I even had I broke it down to like the dollar amount, like how much, like if we want these mics, then we'll have to spend this much. If we want to be more like cost friendly, we could do these mics. I had it like pretty structured.
Yeah, you were ready.
I was ready. I was excited.
ready.
I was not ready. I had like 3 names that we could call our pod, and that was it.
Ooh, the name selection was a whole nother day of planning, which was
So did you guys have a name before this?
in it.
It was either the In It podcast or the Locked In podcast.
Locked In podcast, yeah.
Always vibing sounds.
Always vibing.
Man, that sounds just way better.
Yeah.
And that was just like we were just drinking and we were just bouncing off of each other, and then
we went to this like other breakfast spot by his place.
We're big breakfast guys.
And this was after actually setting up for the first time. We're like, let's go have breakfast. Let's continue thinking about the name because we had all the equipment, the setup, everything was ready outside of the name. So we're like, damn, let's like continue brainstorming. We had some drinks flowing.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. And then we talked about, I brought up Vibin or Vibing, something with Vibing, and he's like Vibin. And then I'm like, oh, that's
I think like somewhere I was like, oh, I'm always vibing. And
I'm always vibing.
And then like it clicked, and then we both looked at each other and we're like, oh, shit.
And isn't that how ideas come?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't try. You just you put yourself in a space or an environment, have a couple drinks, man, chilling, and then like you said, just throwing stuff off of each other just to see what sticks.
Yeah. And then
definitely
logo selection, all that. Like that's a whole nother
Whole
like
process.
It's a process. Yeah.
But-
It took a little bit, but
No, long story short, but it was all my guy. He's the driving force behind the Always Vibing podcast, and
it's
I'm just
equal,
happy to
though.
be here.
Equal efforts though.
Yeah, equal.
Equal.
I carry my weight now. All right. In the beginning, I was a falter, but
No more pajamas.
No more
My guy,
pajamas.
look at my
Yeah.
guy
Hey,
now.
look
You got
at
him.
him. Look at him, man.
You got him
Those-
looking good out here.
I'm chilling. I'm over here in joggers.
Yeah. Now Eric's like, look, we got it going. Now I can chill.
Yeah.
I just needed to get Jason on board.
Yeah.
so.
And then how'd you guys decide to pick each other? Like, did you
Go ahead.
Did you
We
guys
were-
have other,
No, I knew I wanted to do a podcast, and I almost wanted to do one just by myself, but I'm like, no, because I can't. I could hold myself accountable, but the thing is I would run out of things to talk about by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it'd be nice to have a co-host, someone that I can do it with, someone that I could resonate with, someone that is like-minded, someone that is sarcastic like myself, someone that's funny, easy to talk to. You got to think about all those things.
No,
when
you do,
thinking about
right?
like a partner. I think we're very similar in that sense, and we're very very friendly, approachable. So it was easy. Like I already knew like this is the guy that I wanted to do a podcast, and I feel like he kind of feels similar.
Yep, exactly.
I hope so.
Took the words right out of my mouth there, big guy.
I hope so. I hope so.
Exactly.
Dope, man.
Oh, that's good that you guys picked. That's kind of happened with us. I was the same as you. I wanted to start one, but I was like, it's just better to have somebody else.
For sure.
And
To bounce off of.
yeah,
feed
he
off
actually
of,
sent me. He sent me like an inspirational thing in like November, like something about 2023.
Okay.
And I was like, dude.
I love inspiration.
Yeah.
I love motivation. He'll
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So then I was like, let's do the podcast together.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm down. So then that's kind of how it came
Instantly,
about.
was that like it?
It was-
Yeah,
it
it was
was
that simple, man.
It was
Because like kind of like which we've mentioned before, we've been doing shit like this for 10 years where hey man, let's try this. Okay. No questions asked.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Whatever you're doing, I'll try it, or whatever I'm doing, we'll try it. And
Yeah.
then we just kept going for years. So when it came time for this, it was like, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Why not?
It reminds me of that movie scene from The Town where Ben Affleck comes in. He goes, I need you to come with me. We're going to hurt some people.
Yeah.
And he's like, whose car are we taking?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like,
bro. Yeah,
that's kind of like
go.
how we are. We just hit
Yeah.
each other up, and then
Yeah.
we're like, all right, well, let's do it. Let's try it.
Hey, what do I always say? What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Right,
man.
right.
You know?
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
so
That's
how-
so dope.
So that's how we came about, and it was just pretty quick and easy, and we're the same way, kind of similar like personalities and
Thought process even.
stuff,
Yeah.
So that worked out.
That makes it easier, right? Like it makes it more organic.
It does.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
does. It
No,
does.
definitely.
Which that's something we talk about too. I mean, is finding your tribe, right? Find a group of like-minded people, whether it be inspiration, whether it be podcasting, whether it be music. Surround yourself with those people, and just all push each other.
Yep.
And push each other to be better. Push each other to be greater.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everybody wins. Everybody
Exactly.
wins and everybody eats. You know, when
you
it's
go.
done that way. You know.
Yep.
So.
Yep. What has been your guys' biggest hiccups so far since starting the podcast?
Or the first episode, remember that one?
Yeah, the first episode, there was a bunch of hiccups there. I mean,
Tons.
coming from, that was when we found out our main camera, our photo camera, only records for 20 minutes.
Mhm.
So we recorded the whole
The whole
thing, and we're like, oh, this thing's not even recording.
It stopped at 20.
Yeah, and so that was a hiccup. Then it was uploading it to the computer. I didn't think it was going to take that long. Learning how to do the angles. What else was a big hiccup?
I would say understanding the formatting of shorts or clips, right? Understanding like you need specific dimensions for like Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
That was a big one. And then just all the little nuances of like editing video, editing audio. I think that finding a level of consistency is very important for us, because I remember there was one time where I was like kind of out of it and Jason was like down. It was like I think episode 3 or something. He was down to like not record that week, and I'm like, if we want this to pop off, we got to be consistent. So now it's like we know we're recording every week, like no matter what, whether it be a Friday, some days, Saturday or Sunday.
We've
or
done
even
double sessions too.
We've done
If
double
we know
sessions.
we got to take the next week off, so we'll do a double session. But back to the biggest hiccup was definitely for me was the doing the YouTube. I can get it down now. I do the YouTube in like an hour and a half. My first time, 8 hours.
Wow.
And I was just grinding, trying to figure it out. And I was so tired at the end.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's mentally draining.
Yeah, I was
too.
going to say it is
Um,
mentally.
I was
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
it. But yeah,
People
definitely.
oftentimes think like just because it's a podcast, it's just like easy, like you just
Right.
create, upload and that's it. Like
No.
easy.
So-
No, there's
so
a lot
many
of
hiccups.
It's a
back
lot,
end
man.
work people don't
Steps that you got to take.
think. Yeah.
Yep.
Learning,
lot.
just a lot of learning, being receptive. But those were the initial hiccups for sure.
You guys too, right? I think I remember your guys' one of your first episodes. You guys said that you recorded an episode and it didn't go.
We recorded 4.
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
4 because first it was the camera thing that it shuts off at 29. Ours was 29. Then it was
One of the mics died, right?
one of them. This mic, it like must have ran out of the card was full or something. Something happened with the mic, and then only one audio recorded.
Oh, we didn't talk about audio volume too.
Oh man,
Oh,
so,
Audio volume?
It
That
was
was
too
a big
low,
hiccup.
too high.
Yeah.
yeah, so we had those hiccups, and then it was the name. So we started recording without like
Having a name.
solid name. You know, we were just like, let's just start doing it, and then
Let's just jump off the cliff.
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
You know, we'll figure
You gotta
it out on the way
you
down.
ran before you learned how to walk.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
yeah, because I like the back stuff. Like I was like, I got the editing stuff. I got all that. Let's just put the videos in, and then I'll edit them. They'll all be ready to go, and we'll just start pumping them out. But we just didn't have a name yet. So then that was our other hiccup for that.
That goes back to the easier said than done, right?
For
yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So it brings me to that next question. What was your guys' mindset through those hiccups? Like, did you guys feel like oh man, I don't know about this podcast stuff, or what was the mindset to get through it?
For me, it was we came this far. Like we got to keep going. We've already put in all this work because we had the whole thing set up. We went to IKEA and we got chairs. We got the table. We hooked. We put up the TV.
The TV, the brackets, they got the mics.
We got the wallpaper. We got the
cords,
mat. I was like,
everything.
we did all this. We have to keep going. Like there is no question that we were not gonna not do it.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think that that's like a piece of it? Like those negative, intrusive thoughts that just like, it doesn't matter if you're doing podcasting or anything, right? But they're going to come.
Yeah.
They're going to come. And you have to mentally say like, no, I gotta quiet that voice.
Yeah.
And just plow through.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because I'm very big on like, it's an investment, and an investment, you never see the return right away, right? And that's with any type of investment, whether it be like your relationship or like, for example, for me, DJing, I've been DJing for 10 years. I wasn't good DJing in 1 week. I wasn't good DJing after 1 month.
Yep.
I wasn't good DJing after one. Like it took some time, more investing in the time component of it. Like sometimes people think of an investment as like monetary, like money, and oftentimes it's just the time that you put into it. And for us, like Jason's like he learned all like the back end video editing, and then he taught me. And then I learned my own way. So I'm like, how can I make the job easier for both of us? So like that's where we just divided the work, and then through trial and error, that's where like things started becoming a little bit easier. And we're not the best by any means. Like we're still like imperfect in our own way, but we know like where we need areas of improvement. But it's just like keeping like understanding that you got to chip away. It's never you're not going to get to the promised land or the final. There's never a final product, like knowing that there's not a final product. Like you got to keep improving and finding what works. That's how I see it.
Yeah, definitely. There were those thoughts like, man, what if we like, I was like, well, if we stop now, at least I got like chairs and Eric can take back all his stuff. But like that was like like you said, like a small voice, and it was just for like a split second. And then I was like, nah, we're too far already. We got to keep pushing through it,
And something we believe is that when that little voice comes, that's how you know you're headed in the right direction. Because it's like you have to overcome these obstacles in order to get to the other side. So
definitely, yeah, for sure.
Just
I like that.
Understanding like there's not the final product. Like you're not gonna see the final product, and you won't even know. You won't even know your full capacity unless you even try. And we talked about this a little bit before we jumped on. Like people are so scared of the process because of what it is that might come. Like not even knowing what's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't know. That journey of mastery is endless. So it never ends. So like for you guys, podcasting will never be perfect.
Oh no,
because
we're always getting better.
You're gonna always get better.
We're always working.
Get better.
Yeah, exactly.
You're your biggest critic too. Like when I listened to myself for the first time, I'm like, damn, that's kind of sucked. Like I didn't like hearing myself. I thought it was weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To myself.
Exactly.
No, I agree. I thought because I was telling you guys like before we jumped on to episode 3, or I think you were upstairs when I was telling them this, but episode 3. Obviously, episode 3 is still a great episode. Yeah. But I went back and I was being so meticulous about the way that I wanted to edit it, and we ended up taking like 20 minutes out of it, which makes the episode so much better. But I was being so hard on that particular episode for whatever reason, and then I had to remind myself because he called me like when I first told him like, hey man, I want to edit this and this. He's like, hey man, just relax. It's episode 3. We're good. We're pumping out content, but there was just that little moment of negative thinking that influenced me, and I had to scrap it.
That was late at night too.
It was like midnight.
He sent me a long text. It was a paragraph, and I was like, oh no, this ain't good.
Not doing this.
He thought I went off the rails. Like he thought I was, he thought I was done.
That's why he called you. He's like, hold on, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Pull my guy back.
I didn't talk about it, man. He was like, we can't drop this, and I was like. I'm like, dude, we have to drop it. Like because I wanted to go into this without critiquing us too hard, like you said, because we're our biggest critics for sure. And then we'll never pump nothing out. So I was like, dude, let's just put it out. Who cares? Like if people say we suck this episode, we still got 100 episodes to make, so we'll be fine. And he's like, nah, man, nah. He goes, I'm gonna go through these times and I'm gonna give them all to you. I actually still got the paper upstairs.
Yeah,
man, it was like second after second, and then when he came over, I was like, bro, you realize I can't save 2 seconds and then cut the rest out. You're still talking the rest. He's like, all right. He goes, well, just do what you can with it, and then we'll go from there. So it ended up being like 20 minutes, and then it actually did sound better afterwards, but. Yeah, I was worried at first. I was like, oh, damn, dude, we're going to scrap the whole episode.
But that's another reason why you need a partner. Right? Somebody that, when you fall off a little bit, hey, whoa. Get back on course, man. We're good. Because it's normal. It's part of the human experience,
And that episode actually did pretty good because we got a few comments, not like a million comments, but one comment feels really good.
That one comment, you're like, yes, let's go.
Oh, we're in there. We're on it. We're doing the right thing. So, it was...
That's funny you said that because like to us, obviously when you're first starting, you're like any type of engagement's like awesome. Like
good.
You can't even expect to like be in like the millions if you can't even appreciate your smaller accomplishments, right?
Yeah.
So like when we get like a YouTube comment or we get like a TikTok or Instagram comment, we're like,
let's screenshot it and send it to them.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Because what do you guys at for like TikTok and stuff now? Like since August.
We have like.
I think TikTok's like 1,600.
Nice.
1,600 followers, but we're following like for close to 5,000 people because
Yeah.
we had a video that kind of blew up a little bit, and I would just follow those people back. So anytime someone would like view our profile, or like engage or like videos, I'll just follow them.
Start
yeah,
following
just
them.
give them a follow. You
That's
know,
good
they like
strategy.
their
Yeah. I think we're at like 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Nice, man.
And what are we at? Instagram?
Instagram's like 400 or 500 followers, and I think we're following 600. So it's very like low.
You guys are building.
That's a good pace, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really.
Low.
That's a good
I'm
pace.
super proud of it. I mean, when we started this, I never had any crazy expectations. I was like, dude, if nobody watches it, nobody watches it. At least we're doing something. We're having fun.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why, and that's what it
True.
is. So, but just seeing like the followers go up and everything, and the engagement, it's crazy, and I'm so appreciative of it.
Yeah, it's dope, man. It's a fun experience, and every episode's like its own thing. Like every episode's a journey. We have fun with it, to be honest. Like, at first, we were just like timid, and we're like, "Damn, what if like we get canceled or we like steer someone along?"
Yeah.
You know, and you're not gonna. I think a part of the process too is like, you're not gonna please everybody. Like,
True.
not everyone's gonna be your friend. Not everyone's gonna like it, and that's normal. Like that's.
I think there was one guy on YouTube. He was like, "How do I block this channel?"
Oh, dude, this was funny.
And then I go.
He walks him through it.
I Google how to block a YouTube channel, and I replied to his comment and copied and pasted it. I was like,
Oh
there you go.
God. That's hilarious.
When I read the comment. I'm like, Jason, because Jason navigates the YouTube. I was like, he really just walked them through. In my mind, I'm like, hey, what the fuck?
Help yourself, brother. You don't want to see us? That's
Yeah,
cool with
you
me.
don't want to see me, man. Here you go.
But yeah, you gotta block the noise. You know, you gotta block the noise.
Yeah, it's like Rome said. There's like 8 million people in the
That's
world,
true.
and
That's true.
somebody's gonna resonate with your whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
There's a little more than 8 million, sir.
Billion? Did you
There
say
you go.
million? or
You did say
billion?
million.
8 billion. Yeah.
8 billion.
8 billion.
Billion
Yeah.
people.
I know what
8
you
million just in New York.
Yeah.
right?
I need another cup of coffee.
Nah, you good, man.
He needs a little
good.
caffeine
I was
in him.
over here just a second ago. I spilled tea all over myself, so forgive me, fellas.
What are
We're
you
gonna have
rocking
We're
in
gonna
there?
have to edit that out.
What kind of tea are we rocking?
We got some turmeric ginger, I believe,
yeah.
and
It's actually very good for you.
and peach as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from drinking coffee. This is how I wean myself off.
There
I
you
still
go.
like need something hot. Well, I know it's not morning time anymore, but it's afternoon. But
Yeah.
you know, just something to wake the body up and get the day going. So
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that.
Nice. Yeah, I love that.
Quick break. All right, back from the break. We left off. Man, I can't. There were so many good conversations. I don't know where we left off, but
was dope.
but I'm gonna kick it off with this one.
Cool.
Basic one.
Let's hear it.
So how much?
Basic one for a basic Eric.
Right.
Help yourself.
Oh, me?
Help yourself.
Right.
Tag me in.
Nah, I'm just kidding. He's actually got a lot going for him, okay?
So for the beginner podcasters, or somebody who wants to get into it, how much did you guys invest? Maybe it was time, maybe it was money, but how much did you guys invest into it?
A lot of time.
A lot of time.
A lot of time.
It took us a month to just get going.
Yeah.
To just get the spot set up, you know, because we had to do the IKEA trips. We had to build the stuff. We had to figure out
The location.
Yeah, exactly. If we were going to do it at my house or his house.
Yeah. Find what worked best for everybody. You know, if we were gonna do mics, what kind of mics did we want to do? If we wanted to, what kind of mixer did we want? Right? Because a lot of times people think like there's a one-stop shop way to do a podcast, which is what we were talking about earlier, but there's not. You know, like it depends on like the kind of quality or content that you want in your podcast. So do you want like we wanted samples because I DJ, so I'm like into like using samples and stuff. So I wanted like the horns and I wanted all that
so
stuff.
annoying, dude.
Yeah. I wanted like
hate it. Yeah, exactly.
I wanted like the effects of the voice effects.
The voice
voice
yeah, when he
effects,
does that,
voice
he like
changes.
makes your voice super deep.
Yeah, it's something dope, you know. So like obviously
cut
that
that
costs a
off.
little bit more for that kind of receiver, and
Yeah.
then you got to learn about like the cables. What kind of cables do you need, right? It was easier for me in that sense because I already understood like
yeah,
audio.
he took care of all that stuff.
He took care of
You don't have
audio,
to
so
worry about
that was easier. But in terms of like money, it really just depends on your setup because you could do a podcast for like $20,
Yeah.
or even free. You just record off your phone,
Yeah, true.
and then just airdrop it to a desktop, and then edit, and then
Yeah.
feed it out to a feeder.
And we do our angles with our cell phones, so that's
nice.
another thing that we do. We have the one main camera, so we didn't, and that was gifted to us. So we didn't have to go in that regards to spend money on that, and then we use our phone, so we didn't need to drop money on that either.
Yeah.
So like you said, you could start with very little, but it depends on what you want and what your vision is. Like I brought 2 different types of wallpaper to figure out what we were gonna do. Like I didn't know what we were gonna do for that. And then you get into like the whole decorating thing. Like, like I just got a new LED light that says my like Mr. Cabernet, and I got like a
It's
neon
dope. It's
light.
super sick. It's super sick.
He's got his whole side with all his gear on there too. So
It just depends on the
just depends what you
idea.
want,
You know,
you
like
know?
what it is that you want out of your podcast. Like what's your vision, you know, and then really following that, you know, like for us, We spent a little bit over $1,000, I think, to start. Yeah, just a little bit over. But
he keeps track of all that stuff too.
That's not bad though.
Yeah, just over
$1,000 ain't bad.
But just but that's everything, like cords, the receiver, the mics, even the wallpaper, our chairs, everything.
Yeah.
But that's, people don't understand, like, it's just not, you just upload the audio and you just throw it right into Spotify. It doesn't work that way. No one tells you that though, right?
No, it doesn't.
Nobody tells you that.
You need an RSS feed, right?
Right. What is that?
What's an RSS feed, right?
Exactly.
Whatever. It feeds it into Spotify and Apple Pod, right? No one knows. No one tells you about that. Like, you find out when you're in, you're like, oh, this is the first pothole that no one told us about.
If you're gonna start a podcast, then just expect to spend some time learning it. It's not gonna be right away. It's gonna be like we said, we took a month to even get rolling.
Yep.
And that's prior to the first shoot that it took us.
Exactly.
After the first shoot, then we spent more hours trying to learn editing and everything like that.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be time consuming, but you got to push through that.
Yeah, just be ready.
Just be ready.
Be ready.
And it sounds like $1,000 is the investment for, anything. Whether
Any
you're
startup business.
in a startup, it seems like $1,000 seems to be like the minimum number. Because I think we're at about 1,000. So and we don't have a whole lot. I mean, we saved on the lights because I already had it, but from years ago, kind of like how you already knew some of the stuff. So yeah, I would say $1,000. So
we had to change the lights out because I have can lights too. But mine weren't bright enough, so I had to go buy more different lights to make that brighter.
To make it brighter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we have similar lights like this, but we just bought the LED ones that live on top of us, which is nice because the LED lights live right on top of our angle.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yep, exactly.
So it worked out.
Yeah,
that's another thing, like lighting. Like
lighting. It's true.
Yeah, our first episode was super dark, like lighting wise. Also, you got to shoot that first episode, like run through it from start to finish, upload it. Even if you're not gonna put it public, just run through everything so that way you get a taste of what it's gonna be like, and you can hone those skills.
Yeah. Or here's an important one we mentioned that on the way here: listen to your podcast, watch your podcast.
Yep.
Like that's the only way you're gonna be able to assess what needs improvement.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Watch your
we
podcast.
talked about that.
No,
It goes back to investing the time into yourself in the pod. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that, man. What would be the coolest experience you guys had so far since starting the podcast?
I think one of our videos went viral on TikTok, which is dope. Like we had
nice, man.
We had over 100,000 views on it.
Yeah,
Sick.
1,000 views.
Yeah.
Like 7,000 likes or something like that.
No, it's 18,000
Oh
likes.
yeah, 18,000 likes.
And then there's a lot. It was dope, and it was cool because it was like unexpected. Like
that day, I was just kept going back and checking. I was like, to see it.
It's funny because I was texting Jason. I was like, when our views were only at like 15K, I was like, dude, we got 15K, we got 15,000 views on this one. He's like, congrats, you made it.
hey, way to go, brother,
dude! And we ended up getting over 100,000 more. I'm like, dude, this thing's just growing and growing and growing. I was like, it was cool.
And our followers went up like 300 that day too.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. That was another big thing that was probably the craziest, wildest moment.
It was cool. That was the coolest.
And the people were commenting. People were weighing in on
engaging in it.
Engaging,
liking.
You put in their 2 cents. Some people agree with us. Some people didn't. But that's what it's about.
That's what it is.
It's fun. It makes it fun.
And that's why you guys put the hard work in, is because you wanted to have a moment like that.
Exactly.
And I don't think like our initial goal wasn't to like pop off and get famous or anything. It's just like to have fun, you know, like, but at the end of the day, like we know that we want to push out some good content that people could resonate with, like you mentioned, and some people could connect with it. And ours is like more informative, more entertaining, you know. We kind of shift a little bit, have fun with it. But, you know, at the end of the day, like we hope to like get pretty big, you know, at some point.
Yeah. The Bad Bunny one had people.
The Bad Bunny one was funny.
A little pissed about that.
So we told we told people, or you want to?
So we host these brunches. We had a Christmas brunch, the Always Vibin Christmas brunch, a great time. But to get people engaged, I messaged Bad Bunny and I was like, hey, come out. I knew he wasn't gonna reply or anything, but I was like, well, that'd be cool to post. But then it clicked to me. I was like, I can just Photoshop this reply. So I Photoshopped the reply in there. And then, so it looks like I messaged him and then, hey, come out. Here's our event. And then it looks like he replied, hey, if I can catch a flight, I'll be in there. And then I was like, bet. And then, so I screenshot it. I posted it. And everybody was like, is Bad Bunny really gonna go?
Yeah.
Is he coming?
And then I screenshotted the message that he had sent me of the screenshot, and I incorporated that into a clip, and that got a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
So he's like, Bad Bunny reached out to me, and then I put the Bad Bunny, the correspondence between him and Bad Bunny, and it got a lot of engagement. People were like, oh, this is a cool brunch. They're tagging friends and whatever.
Exactly. That's an elective podcast secret.
Because
they don't know it on our podcast. I photoshopped it. People think that's for real.
Like, you heard it here first, folks.
Heard it here first.
You're getting exclusive content.
Exactly.
Exclusive. Behind the scenes.
Oh man,
you only catch it here.
Yeah, only catch it here. And how that brunch end up doing? Did
oh my god,
people show up?
It was fun.
So much fun.
Like
people.
60 people?
Yeah, we had like 60 people. We filled every seat, and it was like a smaller restaurant. And I didn't think we were even going to fill it up. But there was literally nowhere for anybody to sit because every seat was taken.
People had to stand.
And it switched. And there was it was a brunch. So the brunch eating part, then they cut us off at like 2 or 3 for the brunch package. And then it was like straight bar. Yeah. And so all 60 people were in front of the bar, just buying shots, going crazy. Your boy died. Yeah, I blacked out. You had to put me in a car, right?
Yeah, we had to walk him to the car.
Put me in the car.
I mean, I had a few drinks in me, a couple adult beverages, but I had to walk Jason into the car.
I was taking shots, but it was such a good time. We had like our blazers, our matching Christmas blazers. That was
Christmas
cool.
Blazers.
We gave away a gift card for the best ugly sweater, merch because we had to give away a sweater for that.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a great time. That guy's not letting us back though.
Yeah, no, because we had people that were like throwing up and stuff.
Throwing up at
you guys went too hard.
Yes.
Some of the guests that I didn't even know the people that were throwing up. Yeah. They knew us, or they knew someone that knew us.
Somebody told me that you looked over, you saw like a girl just like throwing up on the floor, like, in the middle of the fucking
wild.
Yeah. And the bathroom was all tore up because people were throwing up in there.
Yeah, I'd say.
And they still had to have dinner that night. Like they had to, they're like, they kicked us out.
They had to kick us out by like a certain time. Deep clean everything to open up for regular operation.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I would say the clip with high engagement, the holiday brunches, definitely like highlights. I would say the space setup, like evolving the space, making it more engaging.
Oh yeah,
making it just
that was
dope,
another
like
exciting part. Yeah,
cool like ambiance in the space.
I feel like we finally got it set.
Yeah, now it feels like
an actual
nice
thing.
That's
good. I felt like I was telling Jason this on the way here. I was like, I felt like after our first setup, I was like, oh, this is our setup. Like this is it.
Yeah.
Until it wasn't.
Right. Like, so you started making little tweaks here and there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you never know where it's going. But you guys are onto something with those brunches, man. To get 60 people.
Yeah. This next one, I'm hoping. Well, we're gonna probably do a summer one,
like a patio, like a
summer rooftop patio, something like that.
Nice.
It's gonna be even bigger. Because if we got 50, 60 people
in the cold,
it was
freezing.
Yeah,
freezing cold.
100.
Yeah, in the summer,
Easy.
and now we got more followers now than what we did before. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
And it's another way of having everybody engage and interact with one another. But and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it's also a great networking place.
Oh, for sure.
Because you don't know who you're gonna meet. Now, obviously, everybody's there to have fun and whatnot.
Right.
But you just don't know who's gonna show up.
That's right.
We had people put their
we
had people put their hello, my name is, and then their Instagram handle.
Yeah.
So that way people could go and introduce themselves and vote on people for
to
the
vote
ugly
for
sweater.
Like
ugly sweater. Yeah, exactly.
Dope.
Which was dope.
All right, we're gonna have to have the Electors podcast. Something. Won't be
we're
a
gonna
brunch.
have to take notes.
I know. I see. We're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to.
We're also we're also big like coffee drinkers. Like we love caffeine, so we created like always Vibin mugs. So we like gave out some like always Vibin mugs and stuff because we love coffee. Yeah, it kind of made sense for us.
Exactly.
I'm
always drinking caffeine, always coffee. That was a big thing for me. Yeah, so
Dope.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, you guys are on it, man. You
yeah,
guys
we
are definitely on it.
We're just having fun, man. I love it. Yeah.
So where's that going from? Like, are you guys trying to develop that into some type of business within Always Vibin', or is it just strictly events having fun right now?
That's crazy.
I wouldn't. I think if you see it as like a job, you know what I mean. I don't think you're gonna really like get what you want out of it. I think you just gotta have fun with it. Like never lose sight of why you started. Like what was like the original goal. My goal was just to have fun and like to create engagement. You know, like and I feel like if you just continue with that vision, that purpose, like the rest will kind of set itself.
The monetary value will come with it. You know, if you keep putting it out, keep doing our bunches. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it can turn into like an entertainment thing. You know?
Yeah, you never know.
We already do our brunches, man. Like if V5 can do it, why can't we do it? You know?
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know who V5 is, but
you know, like they're just like this marketing group in
yeah.
Chicago that they hold all these parties and stuff and like that. So
yeah, like millions of like followers, whatever. But
exactly.
like you just never know, you know. And we're just a podcast right now. Like we're not like a marketing group or anything. But
right.
Again, just staying down to like why you started, like your why, and just continue with that. Like you mentioned this too earlier. Like there's gonna be those potholes, bumps down the line, you know. And you mentioned like that voice, you know. Everyone has that voice, you know, where it's like, damn, is this really what I should be doing? Like just kind of like trying to get you to back out. But you also mentioned, and I resonate with this heavily because you feel like sometimes you don't belong in that space.
Like imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome, exactly. You're like, this is not me. This is not who I am.
Right.
But then there's days where you're like, this is me. And then there's days where you're just like, why is that negativity getting to you? Is it because like a certain moment, like you're buying into that? So just like you're buying into the positive, you're also buying into the negative. So I always try to just block it. Just block it. Like,
no, you have to, man.
It doesn't matter.
Keep pushing.
No, that's just me talking to me.
Keep pushing. Yeah. I got a good question for you guys, and we briefly discussed this too during the break. But how many guests have you guys had on so far?
I think it came out to 5 or 6.
I think it's 5.
5. Yeah, we've had 5, and mostly those are just people that we know. Our friends. Some are Eric's friends, some are my friends. I mean, like we're all mutual friends, right? But that's how we brought. I think we had 2 women and 3 guys.
Yeah,
nice.
And then
even those are learning experiences, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So what is it like having, you know, obviously like one of your boys on versus having women on? What is it like for you guys? The difference?
I think it comes down to like what are we talking about? Yeah. What's the content that we're talking about? And the difference is that like these people are offering different perspectives. What we need to do, which we should, what I hope we can do, is get a woman and a guy, and then have them give their different perspectives. Because me and Eric, we have our own perspective, but I feel like it would be better if there's somebody going back and forth.
Creating drama.
Oh,
you instigators.
Fueling the fire.
Instigators.
Fun drama.
Yeah.
Like we get it, but like sometimes there's people like they kind of don't see eye to eye, or they're probably never even met. So it'd be cool to kind of just bring 2 people that don't even know each other and create kind of like a little fun dialogue. You know what I mean?
Maybe like a blindfold, and then let them talk with they can't see who it is.
That's a really
and then pull the mask over and be like,
it's you.
Exactly. That's how you feel.
I feel like with the guys, like you kind of know what to expect, what they're gonna say, like especially if they're our friends, like you know that's why I really like having the women on, because like they give a different perspective
for sure.
And they're teaching me, you know. I'm a student. I want to learn
for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I will also say too, like have you all ever had a woman guest on the podcast?
We just had one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Last week.
So I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but at least for me, the way that I see it is like you could definitely shoot the shit more with guys than you could with a woman, because you kind of have to like.
For sure.
You have a filter with women, right? Yeah. Like it's just a natural filter that we have.
And you're also trying to be a little more professional,
right?
You know,
you do naturally. So I think we try to bring guests that know, like, understand the type of podcast we are.
There you go.
And they understand like who we are as people, so that they don't take anything personal. You know, like they could resonate and
they know what they're signing up for.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have them sign like a liability. No.
Yeah. Not disclosure.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. NDA, right?
Yeah, NDA. So what's the goals for the podcast? Again, when I asked that on our podcast, we like to talk about goals in decades. So I've asked this for like all of our guests, but I like to ask because I want to see what you guys are doing. So think about the next 10 years, because you know a goal for like the next year is very small, and when you put it in decades, you get to see it the full picture. Right. You know, so little mistakes don't really matter because you're doing it for 10 years anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So what are the goals for you guys for the next decade?
I'm thinking free margaritas at the beach.
I knew they were coming.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Sponsored by the Always Vibin podcast.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've actually thought about 10 years or even 5 years. Like, I just hope to be continuing to be consistent with it, because similar to like DJing or similar to just crafts in general, like you're not gonna get good at something tomorrow.
No,
you know?
Right.
And I really don't think there's like I mentioned this earlier, there's not a final product. So it's like just continue to develop, learn new tips and tricks, being a student. I've learned, just being here, like I learned different setup. It's very different. But again, it just goes to show you can learn from people regardless of like what they do. Like I'm big on like just being a student in general, but I also work in education. So I'm like very open-minded
Nice.
in that sense. So I'm very big on like, I am not a know-it-all. You know, so
that's good.
And
Very humble.
we're very much like we're not know-it-alls.
Same.
Like,
same.
we try to like pick up the little things, you know, because the little things do make a difference.
No, they
like,
do.
And never trying to put too much on ourselves.
I don't think I've thought 10 years down the line either. I'm a very much like live in the moment type of guy. But I mean, if I do put myself in that thought process, I mean, yeah, it would be good to get like some monetary kickback out of this. You know, of course, anybody that's doing anything wants to have more followers, more engagement. So, but it's just like with this, it's so fluid. Like, who knows what it could turn into? You know?
Yeah.
Like it could go really good, or it can go left, and you know, maybe like you could stop it and then turn it into something else. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And that's kind of something that we talked about, and we briefly discussed this too. But it's like it's a baby. It's not even. It hasn't even been born yet. Like it's still in the womb right now.
Yeah.
So you just need to nurture it and cultivate it. You know, and you just don't know where it's gonna go, man.
Yeah.
But it's exciting though. No, it's just exciting. You know.
It is. Because like who knows? What if we like come up with something and then that's it, and then that's the thing, and then what if we're just doing that? Like that's our our shtick, I guess. Like, you know.
Right.
You gotta feed it. You gotta nurture it. I mean, this one likes ribs. Like steak.
Steak.
Like steak.
Yeah. A little all inclusive.
Yeah.
Put on by the Always Vibin LLC. So
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. Yep.
Steak and eggs.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a valid question. I haven't thought 10 years down the road, but I would like, I don't know if you guys thought about this too, but I would like to have enough like means to rent out a space, like an actual studio.
Oh,
for sure.
You know,
nice.
that would be sick. You know what I mean?
Get
Have
out
a
of my
pull-up
basement.
spot.
Thanks.
See a basement has been great.
Yeah. Can you imagine just up and moving everything?
I'd be
Man,
sad.
that'd be
I have
sad.
an emotional attachment to that basement.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
don't sell the
Yeah.
house, please.
No.
Yeah, don't
Right.
Wait a minute. We gotta sell the house.
Well, my guy, he sells houses.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to
Plug
sell a
yourself.
house.
Plug yourself right there. Real
Right,
estate
plug it in. I
Dave,
had to
right
plug it
here,
in.
here in the flesh.
I had to plug it in real quick.
Follow him at all the handles. Real
All the
estate Dave.
handles. All the
Real
handles,
estate
baby.
Dave.
All the handles. We're in it.
Just put a
We're
little
in it.
clip up like right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Real estate Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a picture of your house for sale. So
There you go.
we start showing up.
We didn't tell you, but as soon as we walked up, Jason, he was carrying the mic like straight up, and he's like, he pulled up like a news reporter. He's like, "Welcome back to the Electives podcast." Like,
Oh yeah, I was outside.
I was like, watch, they have an XLR output out here.
outside.
You just plug in
The whole house is a studio.
Yeah.
the whole studio.
I'm like, dude, just talking to the ring.
Yeah.
Plug right
What's
in.
up?
Plug right in.
Plug right
Yeah.
in. Oh man,
crazy.
that's funny. All right, so we're getting towards the end here.
Already.
And already,
That was
it's
quick.
it's
Quick.
very,
It was
it's very,
quick, man.
very
That was
quick.
quick.
Mhm.
That was quick.
And Arayla Swan was our shout out Arayla Swan. She was our last guest,
Dope.
and we started the ask a question for our next guest because she's an influencer.
Oh, that's cool.
If you
That's
haven't
cool.
if you haven't checked her out, Arayla Swan. She's an influencer, digital marketer,
Oh,
and
dope.
stuff like
Okay.
that. She's been in the game for a while.
Yeah, she's dope.
So her question for you guys is, explain a full circle moment that you had in your career of either your career, podcasting, or life in general.
That's a good question.
Mhm.
Explain a full circle moment. That's deep.
That is deep.
That's
Take a
deep.
second
That
if
is
you
deep.
need
Take a
to.
second.
Yeah,
Take a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Yeah, ponder.
Can you put like a little thing?
Put a-
Yeah.
I'll put something in there for you.
Thanks. Full circle moment. For me, I guess a full circle moment for me, and this is something that I think about every couple years, months, or whatever, is I think about my parents when they were my age, and what they were doing, and how they were struggling, and now me coming up to where I'm at now. I'm 30. My parents, by the time they were my age, they already had 3 kids. They had their whole house and everything like that, and that's a full circle moment for me. Just knowing like, man, they were struggling. Like I can't imagine having like 3 kids. I mean, I know that other people do, but like
Right.
now I'm like, man, like I really don't have a lot of responsibility. I just got to worry about me. And so like that really like humbles me. Like there's other people out there that are struggling and going through things like me, and then like so if I'm feeling down or whatever, I'm like, I could have other stresses. I don't have stresses as big as other people.
Yeah.
Well, I still keep my stresses valid, because my feelings are valid, but I just like that's a full circle moment for me, and I keep revisiting that like, well, where were my parents going through? You know, like that's what I do for my
Nice. I like that.
And this is where Mr. Cabernet was born.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Exactly.
This is where he was born. He learned his life lessons. There you go. Graduated.
Fine like wine.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Mhm,
Fine
Mr.
like
Cabernet,
wine.
baby.
I like that.
You're authentic, right?
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
real.
that.
Imported.
I think for me, not as serious as Mr. Cabinets, not as serious as Jason. I think for me is like when I started DJing, like just being able to like read people, like having a natural ability to like set an atmosphere for people through just music selection, through like an iPod and a speaker and a party. You know what I mean? Like having that ability. And I already knew Jason in undergrad, so he kind of like saw when I would like, you know, kind of be DJ, you know, at parties, and whether it be a laptop or an iPod, whatever. But just full circle, you know, like meeting him and then developing my own craft and then meeting people and just like having that natural ability to build organic relationships and just being able to talk to people. I think that's something that I enjoy. And I think it's all of it has helped me in my professional craft as a DJ, but also as a podcaster. Like it wasn't like, I would say like there was definitely like learning curves, and there's still learning curves now, but I think it's full circle in the sense like everything has played a piece and in a very important role in learning and being a part of where I'm at, like in my present, like my present day.
No, that's definitely full circle, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it made it easier for you to transition.
Yeah, easier transition. So I think that was dope. There's a lot more, but I think that's like one that I can definitely like think of, and it hits home right now.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I like that. Now it's your turn. What's the question for the next guest?
Do we know who the next guest is?
No, you don't know who it is. It's a surprise. Surprise. You'll find out, but we will tag you.
Oh, dope.
So that you'll be like, hey, this is your question. Now it's answered.
Okay,
That's a good one. Jason's good with questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's a question master.
Yeah, he's very like devil's advocate too.
I'm trying. One thing that maybe, and you can knock me down if you don't like this question. You could put yours. One thing that maybe a question that came to mind for me was when you look at this past year, months, and you had your goals. Did you meet those goals, and how, or did you not meet those goals, and what stopped you?
Oh, that's good.
I like that one.
That's good.
I like that one. We in
See,
agreement?
see, these guys are, you know, they have a funny, humorous podcast, but they're pretty deep individuals.
These are smart guys,
These
man.
you know, it's just on the surface. You
On
know,
the surface.
No,
I got you something. That's for you.
man.
Oh man, no, we learned a lot from you guys, man. Because it's cool to see the behind the scenes and the thought process of you guys. Because you guys are deeper than the entertainment you guys provide. You guys are great at doing that too. So you guys
deeper than the brand.
Yeah, deeper than the brand. Yeah, you guys got a lot going on, and you know we learned a lot today from you guys. So we definitely appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah,
no, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Did you have a question as well for the guest? For the next guest?
We can do two.
Oh, a twofer.
You could do two. You guys are partners.
A twofer.
Yeah, twofer. I would say, what is your purpose, and are you following it? If not, what's stopping you from following your purpose?
Ooh, I
don't know. That was kind of like half mine.
Was it kind of?
Just kidding. It was a good one.
It was a good one.
It was up there.
We'll throw them both in. We'll throw them both in.
Or we could just
The next guest is gonna be like,
it's the same.
I just answered that.
I just
question.
answered that question. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like
Hey,
I'm just kidding. Hey,
Just 2-for-1 special.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate
for
y'all.
having us
Hey,
on
we
this
real.
appreciate you guys, man.
This was dope.
Seriously.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
dope.
dope.
We'll have to
Dope.
shoot another episode, man. Probably.
Yeah.
What?
We're gonna have to have you guys.
You guys gotta come back to the
Oh, now
the studio.
yeah,
it's
now
the
we'll
always
go
live
over there.
studio.
That'll be
I'm
dope.
down.
Be ready to have a
Exactly.
couple adult beverages.
Yeah, man. It's gonna get crazy.
That's
It's gonna get crazy.
That's how they get you at the
And that
always
is how they-
vibing.
that
They're
is
like,
how
hey
they
man,
get you
drink
vibing.
this.
Drink
Yeah.
a little beverage,
Yeah.
and then we'll hit you at the end with the
Right,
heavy
with the-
topic.
yeah.
Heavy stopping.
Let me know what you really think, sir.
Yeah.
They're doing the. You want me to make you a drink? And they're
Yeah, double shots.
Yeah, right in there.
Yeah.
Get the blood flowing, get the bones
Exactly.
warm. You know?
yep, get it flowing. Yeah, we'd be down for that. Just let us
For
know,
sure.
and we'll
For sure. For
We'll
sure. For
definitely
sure.
be down
For
there.
sure. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get some space for my guy here.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
man.
Big
Yeah,
Lex
it's
giant.
Tall
giant.
guy here.
Put your feet up. Put
Yeah,
your feet
exactly,
up.
man. Exactly. Man.
He's,
I mean, I can't help
he's
it. I'm
only
7'12".
He's
know?
only
Yeah.
half Mexican. That's why. So,
Exactly.
Okay,
you know,
got
he's-
it.
That's why he's like 6'9".
Got it. Makes sense.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Cuzzo.
Go ahead with the outro. All right, we want to thank you guys again for our viewers and listeners tuning in to the Electus podcast. We had a great guest today at the Always Vibin podcast. Make sure you go follow all their content, subscribe if you can, and we'll catch you guys on episode 7. Appreciate you tuning in and listening.
Peace.
Peace out.